Okay, so the story of Shutter Island is pretty much it follows Marshal Teddy Daniels and his partner Chuck in their investigation on the island for the criminally insane called Shutter Island. And pretty much while they're there, they uncover a conspiracy of all the doctors operating on their patients, but everyone's too scared to talk about it. And pretty much this is Teddy Daniels trying to figure out who's with them, who's bad, just what's going on this island, and just how he can stop it. So overall, I thought the story was fantastic. I could not stop guessing until the very end what was going to happen. I wasn't the biggest fan of the twist at the end, but I was like, okay, that I can see that happening. But overall, I just thought the story was solid and it was very well done. So how about you? What did you think about it?
I have to agree that the twist I'm not a fan of, as many critics and other people are. That's their main complaint. But it's how everything's building up to this twist. I mean, I'm just going to say it, it's not really a spoiler. You can see the twist coming from a mile from the beginning of the movie. But it's the way everything builds up to it. Martin Scorsese's direction, Leo's fantastic acting. It's the way everything's just put together. That's what makes this film so solid and so intense and so great.
I totally agree. So let's move on to the acting of the movie.
Okay, of course Shutter Island's a thriller, so with a thriller you need intense acting, and it needs to be very believable, and you have to buy the characters. Now, of course, Leonardo DiCaprio, he's fantastic in majority of the films he's in, and this is no exception. You really believe how he's feeling, just sort of crazy in it, and Mark Ruffalo does a real good job following along with him, and Ben Kingsley kind of gives this weird, creepy persona about him. And, of course, Jackie Earle Haley, he's good in everything he does. And his little cameo in it's really, really good, shedding light on the asylum. Overall, I thought the acting was great. It was intense, and it really, really absorbed you into this creepy atmosphere. How about you?
I completely agree. I could not just stop thinking about how great Leonardo DiCaprio did in this movie. I'm not going to lie, in some of Leonardo DiCaprio's movie, I'm not the biggest fan, but over every movie he seemed to have done, from The Departed to all these other ones, he's just been growing as an actor, and I think that this performance was one of his best, in my opinion. Ben Kingsley, of course, phenomenal actor. He was amazing in this movie. And Mark Ruffalo, he was also very good as his partner. And like you said, I didn't even notice this until Fans Reviews pointed this out to me right before recording this, but Jackie Earle Haley was amazing. He was very creepy, and he was definitely no exception to the awesome acting in this movie. So I thought it was awesome.
So it's very agreeable that the acting really contributes to the awesomeness of this movie.
No doubt.
All right, cool.
Let's move on to the suspense in this movie, because there sure was a lot of it. Okay, so the suspense in this movie was definitely great. It was just awesome. It was probably one of the greatest suspenseful movies I've seen in a while. It kept me on the edge of my seat literally throughout the whole movie. It was just, there's parts where he's walking down a tunnel, there's these tense moments that he has with these guards where you just don't know where they stand, and just overall, it's just a psychological, it just psychologically just screws with your mind through the whole movie, and I loved every minute of it. How about you?
Oh, I loved it also. I mean, everybody in the movie is just completely batshit crazy. I mean, you really don't believe anybody. You don't know who's up to what. The movie completely screws with your mind the whole entire movie, and I love that feeling. It kind of brings me back to the old Alfred Hitchcock movies like Vertigo, all his old movies. And I just think just really everything was played out well, even though, like we said, the twist you could see coming, but it's how everything really ties into that and how psychological it is. For instance, the dream sequences were just amazing. I'm just going to shed a little bit of light on that. The World War II dream sequences were flat out creepy with Leo. The suspense was great.
Alright, so as you can tell in this review, it's no doubt that both me and Fans Reviews have loved this movie so far, from the acting to the story to the twist. It was just all there. It was a complete movie bundle that is a great movie to see, and I had a very, very good crowd to go see this in. So there were parts where, we were all just, eyeballing each other, oh shit, what's going to happen? And it's definitely one of those movies you want to see in the big screen. Martin Scorsese does a phenomenal job with Shutter Island. And overall, I would just give it a really high score. You'll find out right after the overall section. And overall, it was just amazing. How about you?
I thought it was amazing also. I just think like you said, the crowd really adds to the fun of the movie watching it in theaters. But I think this is a movie you can watch at home over and over again and still be surprised and scared by it, and just enjoy the just phenomenal directing that Scorsese delivers in it. Overall, it's a great, solid film.